Yo. It's SBD on the mic. Shout out to everyone that's about to lock in and tune in now. This is Community Corner episode 2. Hope everyone can hear me. Hope everyone's good. Basically, the only reason why I'm doing it now for myself is because I've been a bit busy this week and I didn't secure a guest for this week, and I didn't want to lose momentum and stuff like that. Obviously, we've just started up the thing now. So what I'm gonna do today is pretty much I'm gonna go through some of the actually, if you didn't know me, welcome to the stream. I'm Steven at SBDesignworks. I've been doing like the VSFighting artwork and visuals since the start, to be honest. Like in the first piece of work I did was in 2010, which was a VSFighting 1 poster, which we'll get into. But if this is your first time joining, shout out for coming in. Follow us on Facebook. It's Electronic Dojo, YouTube Electronic Dojo. Check out all the VSFighting 12 footage. Also follow our Instagram as well, which is Electronic Dojo UK. So as I say, what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna keep you guys here too long. I'm gonna get into it. So I'm gonna break down like some of the visuals that I did for this year's event, some of the behind the scenes stuff, some of the unused designs and stuff. Then I'm gonna go into some of the previous VSFighting posters that I've done and like highlight some of my favorites, and then I'll go into some further afield dojo posters that some of you out there may remember. So pretty much let me just get into it now, really. So this is the main artwork for VSFighting this year, and pretty much I think I got to a point, it was maybe VSFighting 5 or 6, where I stopped using game characters as the main artwork. And I think the reason for that was you kind of get more mileage out of the individual artworks per graphic. So instead of like piling like 3-4 characters on one graphic, give them their own individual graphic, which is a better way for us to obviously start promoting and stuff. And in terms of like, if companies say, for example, Capcom aren't gonna retweet a poster that has like Kazuya on there, for example. So yeah, pretty much. As I got to a point way back where I always used like quote unquote generic fighting guys, like boxers, Thai boxers, things like that, because it just makes sense. It's easy to kind of mark it as a fighting thing, and then I can go and do the individual posters after. So pretty much I'm just gonna as you can see, we got all like the layers and stuff. This bit is just grouped. It's just the generic VSFighting logo. And one thing you will know is that I'm probably one of the messiest designers out there. Like in terms of like layering files, naming files and stuff, like that's not me. I kind of, especially when it comes to like the VSFighting stuff, like it's pretty much all freestyle. It's pretty much all freestyle. So hold on, I'm just and I'd say just share the broadcasters. I'll share the broadcasters on. I'm just on my phone right now. So yeah, pretty much let me get into it. The main image is actually like a stock image that so this is the main image. So as you can see, a lot of the lighting and bits and bobs are already there. So I guess not that I didn't have to do much, because obviously I still had to do bits for obviously to add all the lighting. As you can see, that's the main image. And if we go back into Photoshop, obviously I've added like the bit of lighting, bit of effects, background and stuff. But as you can see, like a lot of the, I guess the harsh lighting and the contrast was already there with this guy pretty much. So yeah, like I'd where am I now? So let's go down here on this layer here. It's just a little bit of a gradient, dark gradient here, just to show, just so like the logo pops a bit more. And as you can see, I've used some layer effects on the VSFighting logo. There's quite a few here. So there's like 5 logos there. Top one has an overlay with the opacity down, overlay, and there's a few things, because if I take set that to normal and put the opacity back to 100, you see it's just like just pure white. And even if I put this back down, it's just pure white. And I kind of wanted the logo to show through a little bit on the thing. So yeah, that's just that bit there. We also have section with our colors. So the way that the layers are configured is that you can play around with the colors, which is one thing that I always kind of do. Hold on, I need to get the 1 second, because it's over on my other screen. I can guarantee. Yep, there we go. Color picker is over here now. So basically, like one thing I always do is make sure, like, when I design these versus fighting things, is that the colors are transferable across other bits and bobs, because basically, obviously, each game poster that I do after the main poster will obviously have, like, I'm gonna have to separate them by color, basically. So I try and set it up so that I can obviously change colors. So for example, now if we wanted this to be a bit of a green, so we got, like, let's go green, change this one to blue, and then it just allows, like, the flexibility to kind of mix and match. And as we go through, like, the main versus fighting posters that I did this year, you'll see that obviously there's quite a lot of variety colors that are there, pretty much. So again, we've just got all of that. And then if I hide that layer, you see it's just plain black and white. And then a lot of the stuff in the background really is just like brushes. Like, I've just downloaded, like, brush packs and things like that. So, you know, and just seeing how things are, and then just playing with it, really. Just playing with it. That's it, really. Like, I think, like, at this point, where I am now, like, I'm just freestyling. Like, I don't really come up with, like, okay, I don't sit down anymore and be like, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. I literally just open up the thing, I'll have a search around, try and get, like, a good main image, and then I'll just freestyle from there, pretty much, really. You know, we've got, like, some glows and stuff, and there's the versus fighting in the background as well. Like, it's literally just text. So I'm gonna it's literally just text, opacity, and layer styles. So it's literally all I've done is type versus fighting at the back, but then the way that it's, like, positioned, it kind of looks all right, I think. So yeah, that's pretty much like an easy enough breakdown. Not to break Jason, shout outs to Jason. Shout outs to Jason. Nah, you're not getting all the trade secrets. You're not getting all the trade secrets here right now. So yeah, that's pretty much a breakdown of, like, the main versus fighting artwork for this year, at least. And again, it's just pretty much, I think, because I've been doing it for so long. For those that don't know, obviously I've been doing like, my background is graphic design, and yeah, pretty much, like, I've been doing, like, versus fighting work, dojo work, whatever, since 2010. So I've been doing this a while. So, like, I'm kind of just at the point where it's natural for me and easy to kind of come up with these ideas and stuff, and just through years of obviously just this learning and progressing and that, really. So I guess that pretty much breaks down the main artwork. And as I say, this is the base image that I use, which, again, fortunately, it was good because there was a bit of lighting and all the rest of it there anyway, which helped me to kind of do what I needed to do. So before we go there, there was also the teaser posters as well. Like, I think I had a conversation with Justin. Obviously, this was in the planning stages, and, like, we were just chatting, and then so I'll be here. We're literally just chatting, and then we're just talking about versus fighting and whatever else. And then I think I came up with the phrase "your major," which is obviously what we ran with this year in terms of the event and stuff. Shout outs John Cesar, shout outs John to versus fighting team. That's funny. But yeah, like, we pretty much just went with that theme. So it was just something that I thought about at the time. Oh, you know, let's call it your major, because, you know, the community. I think at the time we were talking about, like, running some community games, like more community games. Probably not as much as we did, but that's another story. and then I came up with your major. So I've kind of worked backwards on that one. And I thought in the lead up to the event to kind of tease, it was like, okay, how can I tie that in with everything else? So I kind of, again, just looked for some of like relevant stock images of dudes fighting and stuff. So it's like your stage, your moment, and all these kind of keywords that will obviously get people to think, oh, what is this? And then what it led up to, and like, so it's like, it's your time, it's your chance, it's your fight, your legacy, and all these kind of buzzwords, so to speak, that will tie into obviously your major as well as like your strength as well. So I did these beforehand, and again, it was literally I can probably open one of them. I'll open one of them now. Like literally similar kind of thing, like how I did the last ones. Like obviously, let me zoom in a bit closer. Text is just there. It was literally get rid of all these layers. It was literally like you can see the difference of like the main image, and I've kind of applied like brushes and effects and things just to kind of and see again like this is some behind the scenes stuff, because I think that's like it's your chance, it's your, and then I think with discussions with Justin we kind of shorted it down, and yeah, that was it really. So I think for that that was obviously the preview stuff. Let me close those. Don't save. So let's get on to the game posters now. So obviously we ran there's like 20, I think overall there's like maybe 22 games. There's maybe 22 games that we ran at Versus Fighting. Maybe a bit more. I'm not even 100% sure. But I'm gonna go to the game posters now. Probably won't need to open all of these in Photoshop, but the first one is this Guilty Gear one here. This is an unused one. So this was the one that I started with. And again, let me open it up, to be fair. Let me open it. So this was the one that I started with, like in the initial kind of concept stages, and like just for reasons we didn't end up using it. I think part of it was because again, like as I say, when I start, I kind of just freestyle, and like one thing you'll learn about me in general over like this episode is that pretty much I don't like using standard renders of like characters, for example. So say like you got your standard renders of the game characters and stuff. I don't like using them because I think very early on when I started designing for Versus Fighting and just Dojo in general, it was like everyone uses the same renders. So say for example, like okay, so I've got this render of Terry, for example, for this is the King of Fighters one. So everyone uses the same renders. So I think early on I kind of noticed that, say for example, someone's running a Tekken tournament, it would the same Jin render or the same Kazuya render. So I said to myself, like, I want the posters that I create to stand out and be different. So what I started doing pretty early on was looking at like screenshots, looking if I can get like high res screenshots and taking those and cutting around them, and then obviously using them for the posters instead, so they stand out. And I think like it's something I've always done like from then. So as I say, back to the Guilty Gear one, like this was the first like concept design, and I liked it because I don't think I've seen this image before where Kai is like this, and his part like going dragon in soul and stuff. And I thought it looked pretty cool, so I was like, I'll use this one because it's not soul, because obviously Guilty Gear it's going to be soul, same character. And then we didn't end up using that one. We actually ended up going with soul anyway in the end. So this was obviously the soul one that I did. And again, it's just the similar kind of concepts. I'll find a better one to open up. And this Tekken Tag 2 one was like a late edition. Shout outs to the DQ Retro guys. They was running Tekken Tag 1 and 2 at Versus Fighting. And I said, you know what? Let me just do a poster for them and get that sorted out. And I've just kind of said that, I don't use renders and stuff, but obviously for certain situations I would use like renders and stuff because yeah. So we had that one that was unused. We've got this Akuma one that was unused. But before I go to that one, where's the other Street Fighter one? Where is Kimberly? I'm gonna quickly scroll through because initially the first Street Fighter 6 one. Here we go. The first Street Fighter 6 one was actually Kimberly. It was actually Kimberly. So this was the initial one that I went with. And I liked it. Again, use a screenshot and the colors kind of blend with her kind of color palette and stuff. And it's a bit different. It's different as well, because normally with like Street Fighter, it's gonna be Ken, it's gonna be Ryu, or whichever character comes out. And then I think again we kind of just got to a point where just through discussion and brute force, like Kimberly wasn't the one to be like that was gonna go forward as the design. And as you can see, like I've added just again with the color palette and stuff. So the way I've already explained how the layers are set up and stuff. So again, it allows me to kind of be transferable. Shout out Bell. What's going on, Bell? What's going on? It allows me to be transferable with the posters across the board, because I don't want to do one thing for one that's not going to work with the others. And stuff like this with like the colors and stuff, it allows me, even with, because obviously there's 2D games that will have the 2D artwork, which will react to the lighting and stuff differently to the 3D artwork. So it's kind of like the way that I set up the files and stuff allows me to kind of transfer everything across the board. So it's less work for me, essentially. It's easier to, as I say, there's certain games that got added late on this year. So it's like, it allows me to kind of be able to, I can still have consistency throughout like the design process, essentially. So that was the Kimberly one that didn't get used. Don't need to save that. Don't need to save that. And yeah, just I say we run about 80, 90 games, and I think I've did preview the Street Fighter one already. So that was the thingy one. And then I think around the time when we were talking about changing the stuff, obviously Akuma came out. So it was like, I like it's DLC, so I was like, I'm gonna use Akuma. And then there's a bit of like process back and forth. I initially just did this one anyway, but I was like, I don't feel like it works as like, because when you're looking at posters and stuff, you need to see the full character. And us as like fighting game players, we know Akuma and the design and blah blah blah, whatever else. But as like a casual, or as just a general person that doesn't really know about fighting games or things like that, this one wouldn't really work for them, because they wouldn't know what it is, they wouldn't know what it represents, etc., etc. So kind of changed that one, and then ended up with Akuma. And again, like this is using just the standard render, but it was like, because Akuma was fresh, I couldn't find anything that was to my liking, so to speak, from like screenshots and stuff. So I used this one, and then we've just cropped it in a bit closer, and then that was that one. The first one, I really like doing these ones, and as I say, like with the because again, Third Strike, ST, they're 2D games, and like, because I don't really want to use like standard renders artwork for those, I just download the pixel art, enlarge it to a point where it's usable on the posters, and then just apply the same effects, essentially. And I enjoy doing those ones, because I've done quite a few of the pixel art. Shout outs to Jassy, DWO Single, and like the rest of the team that run like ST and Third Strike at VSFighting. So I enjoy doing those ones as well. Blaze Blue, Dragon Ball. Again, I feel like this one is my favorite one, to be honest. Like I like the expression. I like just what it represents. And I think around the time, obviously, Akira Toriyama had passed. Like, not probably at the time when I was doing the tour, I actually thought of like putting a halo on the front of the on the poster as well, just to add like a little like personal touch on whatever, but didn't really get around to it in the end. Gone for the Guilty Gear, shout out King of Fighters. And then, as I say, like the way that the files are set up, it allows me to just be creative with the colors. And this one is obviously Mortal Kombat. Shout out to Ketchup and Mustard that ran Mortal Kombat versus fighting. You will see this render again in this stream, don't worry. And there's a reason for that. So and then I like this one. This one's really cool. And yeah, pretty much just again, ST. It just allows me to kind of be flexible with what I do, basically. So I think, yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to bring it over on this screen. Bear with me. I'm gonna go through some of the. I think that covers most of like the posters and stuff. I don't know if anyone's got any questions. If not, cool. But for now, I'm gonna go into some of the designs for the merchandise and just the like. And as I say, I'm a very, very, very messy designer. So I'm trying to remember where the file is. Let me just open up Illustrator first. It's already open on this one. Let's have a look. See. Here we go. I've got it. I got it. I got it. So I'm gonna bring it over on here now. So pretty much, here's all the random designs for the merchandise. So like pretty much, as you can see, this file is a bit mad, but there's a method in the madness. Pretty much, there's a method in the madness. So in terms of like shout out Sneeze, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. So pretty much for like the merchandise designs, again, like shout out to Justin. I just get free range to kind of just do what I want, and then it just kind of gets whittled down by committee. So let's zoom in. So some of the original content, the ones that didn't make it, was this one with the arcade stick. But of course, people that play with the arcade stick are like it's a dying art now. Like we got leverless hitboxes and things like that. So I think Justin kind of felt like this one wouldn't really work. I like this one personally, but Justin kind of felt that one wouldn't really work. And then there's that one as well, which kind of ended up being one of the ones that we had. This kind of football style one, like the logo and badge, and that's the Virtual Fighter font right there. I think it's called Brush. What is the font called? Brush Script MT Italic for those that don't know. Dropping gems here, dropping gems. So yeah, pretty much. Again, it was just free range, and then we've got this one here, which I really liked, but again, based on the fact that not many people use stick nowadays, and based on just general committee stuff, it was like we won't use this one, but we may use this one for something else. But I really like this one, put it that way. And if I break it down, it's literally just kind of I only added this like explosion type thing for like visual effect. Pretty much really just to let's see if I can just break down the file and I'm just missing those files. You see the circles and pretty like simple but cool at the same time. Have I missed any other designs? And then I think I'd settled on, and then of course we know the inspiration with this one here. Like it was kind of obvious. Like if you know your games, you know in it. But yeah, like this one kind of went down the tree. But obviously it just kind of represents the because versus fighting the first one was what is this? There you go. I thought I was getting bodied on stream. So it kind of represents versus fighting starting 10 years, kind of a culmination of what we've been doing. So we had that one, then there's one with the star on, and then here's a different one here. Again, just concepts and ideas that I'm throwing together. We know this is an energy bar. I think that made it maybe to the second stage of like designs and stuff. This was one of the actual ones that made it through. Put that one on the hoodie. There was this one. Let's play. And obviously I was thinking at the time, we can, standard punch kick icons, but we can kind of play with the wording on this one here, which we didn't end up doing. And there's a random brush font type one here. There's so much that I did. And then obviously back and forth with Justin and whatever, and we kind of decided on the colors, which obviously is a throwback to the original Versus Fighting poster, which you guys will obviously see at some point. And again, just another one called Games. And then, as I say, this was one of the ones that kind of the actual design was one of the final designs, and then that went for on hoodie. It's like a cool kind of 3D kind of one that I tried, which didn't quite work out. I don't mind sharing all these designs and stuff because it's quite room floor stuff now, so it's all good. I think that's it for the designs, to be fair. For the merch designs, at least, I can close that for now. Don't need to save. That's other stuff. And I say, like, once we had kind of come to a consensus of appreciate that, Chef, man. Thank you, man. Thanks. I think once we kind of come to a consensus of what we were gonna do in terms of okay, we're gonna have this hoodie, we're gonna have this tee, then I pretty much did like the daisy, pretty much did the markups of the markups of the tees and stuff like that, and they went down the treat. They went down really well at the event. So I think that almost covers versus fighting. As you can see, there's a lot of versions of stuff going on here. So obviously these are just little things like the event map and stuff, which I did the event map in Illustrator actually. Let me, you know what, I can kind of break that down. I don't know how much to show, how much to share, but it's all good, man. It's all good. So let's find this map. So pretty much it was just a case of like there's a 3D thing that you can do in Illustrator. Okay. Oh, because it's probably gonna be over on the other desktop. But anyway, like literally you can just draw like a shape. And then just let's find it. There we go. See, it's on the other monitor. I really should have prepared this properly, but here we go. It's on the other monitor. And then you can pretty much just like do whatever you want with it. And just create cool shapes. But obviously for the purposes of the map, all I needed was that. So pretty much the way that I did the map was just make like the shape, like as you can see, the base shape is literally that. And then with this, you can twist it around, you can do that, etc., etc. And I just made a map of the venue and went from there. Oh snap! Oh, bodied. Can you guys still hear me? Hold on. What's going on? Let me pop that back in. Okay. Hold on. This is a blow up. Okay, you know what? This is me for now until I can figure out what's actually happened. Okay. Thanks for letting me know because I'm looking on the other screen, so I had no clue that I'm frozen. But anyway, let's continue. Let me just check something actually first. Not that camera. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. I'm still here. We're working. Why is... Oh, okay. I think I might be back. Or maybe not. Okay. Anyway, let's carry on. You don't need to look at me anyway. It's fine. So, that I think definitely that pretty much covers this year's event. I don't know if anyone has any questions or like thoughts before, because what I'm gonna do next is get into the previous year's versus fighting events and posters and stuff. And this is definitely going to be a deep dive. So I'll just start from now. So pretty much see, I want to sort out the camera, but I can't be bothered for now. So this is, I'm gonna open this on in Photoshop actually. The very, very first, the classic versus fighting one poster that still holds like a place in my heart essentially. Yeah, this was 2010, and it's funny because shout outs to Defend and Attack in the chat. I remember when, like, obviously we were doing dojos, going to dojos, playing games and whatever, and then I remember he was like, "Oh, do you do design work? Because I think it must have got around that I did design work and stuff. And it's like, oh, do you do design work? And I was like, yeah. And then it's like, oh, can you wanna do the poster for the next event? And I was like, all right, cool. And then why is his camera not showing up? Ooh, let me think. But anyway, yeah. So he had done this. I mean, he'd asked me to do the poster, and then I just did the poster, and this is what we came out with. And again, as I say, like from even before, I can't remember if this was I feel like this was the first one, but it couldn't have been, though, because we probably had dozos before that. But yeah, I pretty much just, as I said, I didn't like using like the traditional renders, so decided to use Ragnar, and then like found like a screenshot of Ryu, and then just added like some layer effects and stuff, and then just had the HDR version of Ken and then Jin in the background. And then I remember at the time, like I found out how to create it's like a starburst effect in the background. So if I bring this to the top now, it's literally, this is all created in Photoshop. Like I can't remember how you do it now, but you can pretty much some layers and some filters, and then it works out, and then it ends up like this. And it was just like a starburst. So I was like, I'm just gonna do that. The background is pretty simple now, and I feel like the only thing I don't like is obviously because Street Fighter 4 was out at the time, we had obviously based the main logo font around Street Fighter 4, and I don't know, it's flattened now, but I actually did this all pen tool like myself. So I'd copied like the actual font and did it with the pen tool and whatever else, and it took ages, but at the time I didn't really care. So yeah, that was the first versus fighting poster that I did. I'm gonna close you. I do want to try and sort out the camera, but it's kind of long because I don't want to mess up like too much stuff. It's just not being recognized for some reason. I'm gonna pop it back out and pop it back in. You know, that normally works. But anyway, versus fighting 2. I'm gonna try and speed up a little bit. Versus fighting 2, which is definitely one of my favorite ones, to be fair. It's definitely one of my favorite ones. Like, yeah, I really enjoyed creating this one. Okay, let's see if the webcam's back. Let me think. I'm trying to think what has even happened and why. Okay, I'm gonna try and sort it out in a second. when I go through this. So yeah, this one is probably overall one of my favorite versus fighting posters, to be fair. Like, again, didn't want to use the standard render, so I found some screenshots and stuff. Just added some blurs, and I feel like it's funny because I remember I did there's actually a YouTube video of this breaking down this poster. I think I definitely did one for this one. Let's have a look on I'll see if I can find it. Give me a second. But basically, I still remember how to do this effect as well. I'm just gonna try and find the video. That's so sick. I found it straight away. So I'm gonna drag this tab over. So pretty much here, right here, 12 years ago, 176 views. Literally, I'm just breaking down how I made the poster, how I did whatever, and then like the thought process behind it. You can tell it's so old that obviously the UI is still light. So I remember I did 3 videos. I think I did one how I did this poster, and then another one how I did the versus fighting 4 poster. So if you want to check those out on YouTube, go to Design with SBD and just type that in YouTube and you'll find it. But yeah, if I go back to the poster now, like, yeah, I love doing this one. And it's like, and there's a lot of like contrast between them. You know, there's the male and the female character from Soul Calibur, male and female character from King of Fighters, and then the main 2 games, which were Marvel and Street Fighter at the time. I'm gonna see if I remember how I did that effect. It's very simple, which is why I've got Terry here. I'm sure all I did was copy the layer. I think I made that slightly bigger. I did a color overlay. Of course, I remember how to do it. Color overlay. Let's go orange. And then I think I did like a liquify or something. Sure I did liquify. Do I even know where liquify is now? On this thing. I'm not even sure. Liquify is right here. So it's probably gonna it's gonna pop up on the other monitor. Should have really done this properly. So what I did is just started putting stuff basically. If I can zoom in. 1 second, it's not on the thing properly. Okay, it's on there now. Let's hold on. What's happening, man? Okay. There's something missing somewhere because I've got 2 monitors and I'm sure one of the menu boxes is elsewhere. So I'm gonna stop this demonstration. But you get the idea. And then I'm sure all I did was I pulled bits apart and then I just added like a Gaussian blur or something like that. Gaussian blur. And then I've done it on the wrong layer like a clown. Let's go on this one. Filter. Blur. Gaussian blur. Yeah. That's definitely what I did. And then you see how it you'll see like once that's there, you'll see now. Oh no, why it's taking this time. You see it's kind of similar, so yeah. But if you want to watch that, watch the video anyway. Watch the video. So that was VSFighting 2. VSFighting 3, as I say, I'm gonna try. I don't want to keep you guys here all evening. VSFighting 3 was I'm not really a fan of VSFighting 3. I don't know what I was thinking. with VSFighting 3. Let's find it. So I think I was in like, I don't know, I must have been in my feelings and I started using like the grunge textures and stuff. And not the biggest fan. I don't mind the composition of the characters, but I'm not the biggest fan of this one though. I'm not. And again, I want to spend time to. Apologies if you're just tuning into the stream. Like, the webcam has died. I don't know why, and I'm mid flow now, so I thought let me just try and just carry on. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of this one to be fair. I don't know. To be fair, nowadays, Justin would never let this one fly. Now, to be fair. If I'm being real, this one wouldn't fly now. And like I wouldn't want it to fly, to be fair. So that was a 3. 4 was different because I only used again, I think at that point when I started doing the VSFighting 4 stuff, I think this is where I was trying to be a bit more minimal with the designs and stuff. And at this time, let me just see if I can find like the actual one. Oh my god. I'm gonna get into there's a funny story behind this schedule. Let me get into this story. So basically, this year, Justin and a couple of other they had gone to Evo. Can't even remember what year it was now. But I remember it must have been Skype. So obviously I'm doing the designs and whatever and blah blah blah. And then I'm doing the schedule for the event. And then obviously Justin's gone off to Evo and whatever. And I remember talking to Justin on Skype while he's in Vegas about like changes to this schedule. And it was like, and I can't remember who he was with. I can't remember exactly who he was with, but there's like, what are you doing, Justin? And it's like, I'm trying to sort out the schedule. So halfway across the world and it's still barking out orders to me. So yeah. But with VSFighting 4, I'd let's just find it. So pretty much it was more or less it's the final one. Come back. The final one was bloody hell 13. So this was the final one. And I can tell it's really small right now. So this was the final poster. Again, it's a bit more like simplified, a bit more muted, like less colors and stuff. And obviously, somebody got Ryu on there. And again, everyone knows Ryu and whatever else. But I'm not quite sure at the time why I did this. But this was the first poster where I designed the star. It was the first poster where I designed the star. Like at the time, I felt like we needed like an icon type thing. And then this was the first thing, and versus fighting was getting more established and stuff. So I created the icon with obviously the VSF, which is obviously what we use now. Obviously over time I've worked on the poster and the icon and stuff. But yeah, I enjoyed this one in the sense of it's very different to what was out there at the time. There's a lot of colors, a lot of flash, a lot of whatever. And it's very muted in, just the way that the games are laid out there. And it's very simplified as well. It's not even like Tekken 6 or Tekken 7 or whatever it is. It's kind of just put down to the basic of what it is. So Tekken, Blazoo, Injustice, Smash Bros, blah blah blah. So that was 4. 5 is 5 is where are we going? I don't even remember doing sub games for this one, to be fair. Mad. Actually did. So again, this was some of the artwork from kind of still sticking on the same kind of lines of the the minimalization of the stuff and the colors and stuff. I don't feel like this was used in the end. I'm gonna try and find the main poster now. As I say, I'm a very main poster. It says main poster. I'm blind. As you can see, we've got quite a few versions of here. So Versus Fighting 5 is what will be known as the FIFA guy. I can't remember who said. Someone said, this looks like the cover of FIFA or something like that. And like it just stuck after that. And again, this is like again playing off how number 4 was kind of minimalized, clean text, white colors and stuff. And again, I think I used like a combination of liquify and smoke to kind of like passion. And like this is a whole big image as well. I don't even know if I've still got the main image somewhere. Like it's a stock image of like a karate dude. Trying to think what else I did. Like this is the first time I'm looking at some of these files. Like, oh, that's so funny. Because I used this Doom render for Marvel for this year. But anyway, but I really, this is the first time I'm looking at some of this stuff like in years. So I don't even know what to say myself, to be honest. But obviously we got the main version. We got the like the landscape version as well. So that was the yes, thank you. Yes, yeah. It's the first time that I didn't like really put like characters. As I say, I think I mentioned earlier, I think it was Versus Fighting 5 where I started using like the main base poster for random stuff. I mean the main base poster for like a generic like fighting character like a boxer or a martial artist. Just for marketing purposes, really, because as I said, you can't really mark if you've got Ryu on the front, then like Namco's not going to retweet, for example. So it was just a way to circumvent that, really. So that was Versus Fighting 5. 2016. I don't even remember 2016. Oh my god. It looks like there's so much stuff already. This, yeah. And then I think 2016 was where I kind of brought the colors back, as you can see. So I think I'm just gonna try and go through these again. There's probably like numerous characters, and then we ended up sticking with one. And then this is Blaze Blue. Actually, again, I used the render there, funny enough. But yeah, again, I'm just more and like because I thought like the past couple of years we ain't been using color. Now I'm gonna use some color. So I kind of went overboard. And again, these are just going through like some of the tweaks that I made. That one's a bit. I feel like it's a bit over designed now, but is what it is. I do like the King one though. I really want to sort this camera out, man. Camera has just died. Got bodied, man. Anyway, but yeah, if you guys don't mind the camera not being there, it's all good, man. It's all good. Thank you for tuning in, by the way. SBD on the mic. I'm not on the screen. Webcam died. Just going through like some past versus fighting posters and stuff, man. So shout outs for tuning in and stuff. Anyway, where am I now? So this was 2016 stuff. Again, there's a lot of variations of like characters that I've been using. And shout outs to Killer Instinct. I like that one. And yeah, and then Nakali as well. What a dud. And then Quan Chi, and yeah, this is just like, again, I've just come back with colors and stuff in that one. And there's so much. I say I've not looked at this folder for how long. Zelda. Oh snap! I think we're probably gonna, just in case you ended up running Smash. Like there's this one here. So that is that's versus fighting 2016, and now we get to 2017. I'm gonna come back to this in a second. We get to 2017. I feel like I don't actually have 2017. I think there's a point where I was an idiot. I didn't back up my stuff. My hard drive died. I lost quite a bit of work, and I think 2017 was in there. So if we look at some of the 2017 artwork on our friend Google, pretty much again using like random kind of images like samurais, fighters, things like that to obviously promote the event. So that was that one. And then if we go on the Twitter, the versus fighting Twitter that we don't use, I'd literally, obviously I think I created this Robin image as well because Injustice was there. We were part of the Pro Series at the time, 2017. And I'd actually created like top 3 graphics for each players as well. So like he won second place. And actually these are all the photos that I took at the event. And then obviously I just created little soft shots, Mace. And yeah, man, like I obviously did a lot of work in this event at the time. But yeah, that is 2017. So I'm gonna try and speed this one up. 2018 now. Did I save over the wrong thing by mistake? I don't know what. Oh, I know where the 2018 one stuff is. The 2018 stuff is in here. So much work. 2018. What did I do for 2018? What did I do for 2018? Oh, yes, 2018. 2018 was probably some of my favorite ones. 2018 was some. I'm going to open this one up in Photoshop, actually. Hold on. Yeah, I'll open this one up in Photoshop. 2018. Like, as you can see, the layers are all mad. Again, I just used an image from like high-res image. Took it out, and then it's just, again, it's just textures and effects and stuff that I did. Like, as you can see, the main image is there, and it's just random, like got brushes, and did stuff with them basically. And I think again I was starting to get back into the kind of mind frame of, yeah, I'm gonna start using colors and kind of go crazy with the posters. So that's what I did. So like if I go through, I think the Tekken one was cool as well. Tekken one was cool. That's not got all the actual artwork and stuff on there. So I really enjoyed like doing the 2018 ones, and I didn't realize, I didn't even know we ran on the night, man. I didn't even know. And it's funny because again I've used Gordo, who I use for this year's event as well, which is pretty cool. But yeah, again I was just having fun with those ones. 2019, actually, let me check a few more. Oh, where's the Street Fighter one? The Camry one is cool. I like the Camry one. The Camry one. I like the Cammy one. We also have Super Turbo. I think I used pixels for this one, which would not be a surprise in the slightest. No, yeah, I used Ryu, classic Ryu. And I think at this time we was doing something versus fighting arcade. And yeah. So that was 2018. 2019. As I say, I've not looked at these files in years. So as you can see, there's just a lot of stuff. Oh yeah, 2019 again. And I think with 2019, I kind of tried to find a balance of all the colors and then the clean stuff. So let me find the game posters first. I'm gonna find the game posters first. Like, it was clean, and it's similar to what I did with this year, where I put like the name of the game in the background. I did it with these ones. So I'm gonna go to shout out Sam Showdown. I'll open up the Samurai Showdown one. Like, again, where's text? Samurai Showdown text is there. And again, it's kind of clean, like the fonts that I've used are pretty clean. This shouldn't be above here, so I'm not even sure why that is. And again, just setting up color options. Like if I want to change the colors, I can just click on here and change them. And you already know like the methodology by now of why I do these things and how I do them. So and this one was this kind of style of work was really popular. Like there's a few people that were kind of inspired by it after as well. Whereas the Street Fighter one, and Street Fighter was the first one that dropped. Why is the text in front? There we go. I'll just use the JPEG. That's fine. So this was the main one, and it kind of obviously set the trend for like the rest of the posters going forward. And this year, this is the year 2019 where I did player announcement graphics. And I don't know how I had that much time, but I did player announcement graphics for literally half of the people that came to the event. And I don't know why. I don't know what I was thinking. Let me close that. Legit don't know what I was thinking. Like, I must have just had like all the time in the world. So I'm going to scroll through these. Like, literally, Charles Fergus, Goichi came, CBM, Super Kuma, Gamer B. What's going on, Alex? Daigo, Asim. Like, I literally, any player that had signed up, I was like, okay, I'm going to do some announcement. And I don't know why. I don't know how I had the time. K-Wiz, there's so many people that had these announcement graphics that I did and posted. Shout out Shax, Fujimura, Haitani, shout out Go-Kart Jack, Luffy, like Kikoma, obviously Kikoma. There's a lot of players here now that obviously still come to versus fighting now, which is sick. ISDD, Momochi, Problem X, Big Bird, Tenor Dragon, Kayane. Like, what was I thinking? Punk was there, Banchan was there, Dante, shout out Dante, Chanel was there, Nee was there. And obviously, I just took time to do all the graphics and do all of this. And it's like, nah, Chev, I'm not doing this again. Shut up, Chev. Shout out on the gym. Shout out Adam, man. I'm not doing it. I'm never doing this again. Low High, Oil King, and this one's sick. I don't care. Like, I don't know what I was doing. Like, I had so much time on my hands for whatever reason. And I was like, I'll just do it because it helps event, promotion, all that kind of stuff. Vega. And I think that was all. Of them. Just like, I swear I probably did more. But anyway, that was 2019. And that was a bit of a madness. And then we get to Versus Fighting X, which would have been 2020. So obviously, at the back end of 2019, I'm already designing. I'm already designing like artworks and things and stuff for the event. So I think jury, shout out jury. So this was the first one. This was actually the first poster as promo that dropped for Versus Fighting in 2020, which was obviously 2020. So this was back in the like I think maybe December we announced. This was the first one, and this one kind of set the theme as well. I enjoyed this one because if I open it up, loading. Shout out to anyone that's joined the stream. It's SBD on the mic. The webcam's a bit fried right now. I'm not sure why, but we're gonna we're rocking anyway. Just breaking down some of the previous versus fighting posters and some of the design work and stuff. Shout outs for joining the stream. Follow us on YouTube, Facebook. Our Instagram is Electronic Dojo UK. Shout outs for watching as I'm just breaking down a few of the previous design works and stuff that I've done. So I appreciate you guys rocking with me, even though you can't see me. So yeah, this one here, like I enjoyed this one, and if I hide all of these layers, you're gonna see this was the image that I used. And then as I say, I literally used the lasso tool. Let's scroll in, just did all of this, just cut around the render. And then obviously applied all the flash and the lights and all the rest of it. I'd say it's just a combination of lights, brushes, effects, and stuff, really. And then we just get to where we get. And like this one kind of set like a trend with these posters, because obviously as you can see, like Jury is looking, she's like looking straight ahead. So I'd kind of got to a point where, like, at that point, I was like, oh. Shout out to Tune, man. Shout out to Tune. Shut up, man. Why you gotta hate though? Why you gotta hate, bro? Why you gotta hate, man? Why you gotta hate? But anyway, so I pretty much got to a point where, as I say, she is looking forward. So what I wanted to do is try and keep the theme of whatever characters I use going forward, that they will also be looking forward, like directly in the camera as well. So if I get see like this one, is this Vegito? That's it. So Vegito's looking forward. The Mortal Kombat one is Shang Tsung. I like this one. Shang Tsung's looking forward. And I just tried to keep up the theme of the characters looking forward in this poster. But as we know, again, I like this one too. As we know, 2020 was the year of COVID. And obviously, there was no versus fighting in 2020. So basically, all these designs didn't get used because I'd already got to a point where I've created like, oh, how can I forget this one? How can I forget this one? Probably one of my favorite posters that I've ever done, to be fair. It just really looks sick. Shout out Soul Calibur. So yeah, like I pretty much I've done too much work to go back. So essentially, I've done all the posters and stuff. And then obviously there was no versus fighting that year. So as at a point where like I can't use the designs again. I wouldn't want to rehash the designs. So obviously when we got to 2022, as you can see, there's a folder here called Versus Fighting X 2022, because obviously we had a 2-year break. So I can't even remember how I designed these. What did I do for this now? And then obviously, we had to go again. So we had the break. Again, I can't even remember. Oh my God. These are like, oh my God. Let me show some of these. So these are just, again, keeping in the theme of, just random generic fighting people for like the main poster. Again, these are just playing with ideas and stuff, really. These, and then I came up with like versus fighting X2 because it was 2022 and we're back. We didn't want to lose the X and whatever else, and these are just random ideas. These ain't even the main geezers. So like, obviously those are like flops. What did I even do for the main one then? Have I got all of this work? I don't even know. Yeah, and then we ended up on this kind of style, like, and again, it's a similar kind of thing, just applying the graphics and stuff to it, really. So I enjoy that one. I feel like something's missing out of this folder though. I'm not gonna lie. And then we got the Jin one here. I feel like where is the actual main poster? Okay, that's gonna bug me because I'm not sure where the actual real main versus fighting 2022 poster is, and then we got Luke on there. So yeah, that was 20 that was versus fighting X, and then we got XI and thinking we don't really need to. Those are more recent, and we don't really need to go into those ones too tough. But yeah, I think that generally covers the versus fighting portion of the stream. Where do I want to go now? Well, I'm going backwards now. I'm going backwards now. So we're gonna go to actually, yeah, we're gonna go to some of the older dojo work now. So posters. So like obviously before versus fighting, we did dojo and stuff. So like Marvin, shut up, man. Shut up, man. So we got we had a series called Dojo Battle Royale. And I think the first one I did for Dojo Battle Royale was, and like this was just our tournament series essentially that we did at Dojo. So this was the first one. I'm gonna open this one. This was the very first Dojo Battle Royale poster that I did at the time, and again, this was before I started. Before I said to myself, I don't want to use renders because again, when there's other people creating these posters and stuff, they're gonna be using the same renders. So I came up with this fancy thing. Though I don't know who came up with the name. It was probably Jason, to be fair, that came up with the name. So I'd get rid of logos. I'll get rid of everything. And again, it's literally just, I think, what have I put on there now? So I've got like, I just copied the layer 3 times, added like a gradient at the bottom of it, added like, we got an outer glow here, probably done one or two other bits and bobs, got some lightning brushes, and that was pretty much it. So, oh, excuse me. That was pretty much it. But this was the first of many like posters that I did in the early goings of like Electronic Dojo. And yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know what's going on with the webcam. The webcam it faded out like early on in the stream. Like it's long to try and get it back now, man. Like I wanna get it back, but you know what? I don't know what's happened, man. Don't know what's happened. Like I'm just in the flow in it. Like I don't want to dagger the stream. Let me see if I can. Give me 2 seconds, guys. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna see if I can sort this out, man. Like the webcam was there and everything. I feel like okay. Bear with me. Can we get the webcam back, please? Please give me something. Please let me work. Are we in there? No, we're not in there though. See, because I don't want to like restart the stream or anything stupid like that, man. Let me check something. Oh, we might be back then. Is it just StreamYard then? Okay. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna stop sharing this screen a second and try something. Because the camera's back, but it's not back on StreamYard. I'm getting bodied, man. I'm getting bodied. Unless nah, it's not coming back. It's GG's, lads, it's GG's. Anyway, ain't gonna be going on for too much longer. Hold on, why are we not sharing my screen now? Alright, share the screen. Alright, we're back in there. We're back in there. Okay, so we're back. So that was the first Dojo Battle Royale. And then I'll say, what time is it now? It's after 8. So let me kind of go through. There's this Mortal Kombat one, which is one of my yeah, trust me, yeah. Oh, nah, the webcam's actually not there, Chef. Like it's showing up as an option to pick. Oh, I'm back. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I'm back in there, man. I'm back in there. Let's go. All right, we're back in there. We're back in there. We're back in there. Let's go. Shout out to everyone that's watching on the stream. SBD on the mic. We we lost me for quite a while. Like we're all sorted and situated in that for now. Let's hope we're still here. So yeah, man. This was Mortal Kombat Bloodbath. It was a 2-on-2 tournament for the original MK9, which was cool. I enjoyed doing this one. Let me I'll open that one up actually. And then again, pretty much me doing this is just me just experimenting with stuff, experimenting with ideas, concepts. And I think I added like a fancy glow. See, I added like a random glow on. Okay, let's get rid of that background. Oh, it must be there you go. See, again, it's just a case of layer styles. It was a linear dodge. And then just experimenting really, like I think at this time, and then just some grunge textures that I added on in the background. Been literally just experimenting, man. And then added a little bits of textures and glow on the characters and stuff. And Bob's your uncle, as they say. So yeah, man. Where is the so that was that one. And I say we did quite a few Dojo Battle Royales, to be fair, with like various different games. And we got Mortal Kombat. We got this Street Fighter 4 one, which always like this one. Nah, Marvin Shaw, this isn't easy still. This is years of hard work and graft and dedication, man. Like you try and design the next versus fighting poster in it. Like we'll see what happens, man. And then we got Dojo Battle Royale 6. And this is my favorite. Like this is probably like my all-time favorite one. Dojo Battle Royale 3, which was Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I'm going to open this one. This is probably like far and away my favorite one. Because obviously being Marvel vs. Capcom 3, I was inspired to kind of make it like comic book style. So what I did was literally see, this is something I would never do now. I've flattened the actual image. Like, so what I did, I took a load of screenshots of exactly, Alex, exactly. Had to get Super Skull in there, man. So what I did was just took screenshots of the game, and because it's comic, so I wanted it to look like comic style, and I kind of had the idea of have one of the characters popping out of the page. So let's move that. Let's move that. Let's move that. So what I did, obviously, I made all the actual comic quote unquote panels and stuff, and then cut round a render of. Oh, I must have added some lighting on there. As you can see, like the lighting difference that I added on there. So if I just get rid of Wesker for now, oh, he's already got the papers with him. So again, what I did, I created this paper effect on him. So like it's literally I've just cut round the image, cut round Wesker. I've created the paper rips, and then again I've flattened. Oh, see, I've bodied myself because I would never flatten them because I created them individually, added like the gradient at the bottom of them, added some shadow, and then use the comic font and stuff. And I say this one is probably like far and away the favorite of all of the Dojo Battle Royale ones that I've done. Save. So what else? And then as you can see, there's a million. Oh, this one was sick as well. This one was sick. I enjoyed this one too. Like, because at the time it was a arcade edition. Twins had come out, either you only. So I was like, let me try and get all those characters in, and I kind of had a bit of time to like look and found the composition for them really, which is cool. What time is it? It's 10 past. I don't want to keep you guys much longer. And then we had a little fun one with Hype Dog. For those that play Blaze Blue, we had Hype Dog. And then got a double beatdown. This one was really cool. Definitely inspired by, because it was a Super Street Fighter 4. There's a Super Street Fighter 4 advert at the time, and definitely inspired by the styling of the advert and stuff. Let me see if I can find it actually. I'll pipe it there. Like you'll see it, and it's actually background, just the text. I'll just mute that. So it's definitely inspired by like this advert. Like very, very sick advert, very sick advert. So where's it gone? There's definitely like whoopsie daisy. So it's definitely inspired, you know, like, and again, just using the characters and stuff. So it actually was a 6 hug as well. Now I'd muted it, Alex, I'd muted it still. Then we got Dojo Battle Royale 2, which again I don't think I was too happy with this one, to be fair. It's very like it's very, I don't know about this one. I don't know how this one got through customs, to be fair. But yeah, it's that one. Then we got this random where's the Injustice one? And this Injustice one, which I enjoyed as well. Again, different. Just different to Whoops Daisy. Just different to what I normally do or what I normally did at the time. Yeah, and then there's just random ones as well. There's a couple Marvel ones where I've done like comic style ones. So essentially I've just got the image of whatever the image was, added like the comic stylings and stuff to make it look like a comic book cover. So we had Snapback 1, and no, that was Snapback. This was Snapback 1. And then this was Snapback 2. Oh shit, I forgot. You know what? I can't stream on Wednesdays then, can I? I'm not gonna do this on Wednesdays again. I forgot. I was only lucky because Coop was on with me last week, and it shout out Coop, man. When I was there, go over to Coop and watch Changgang man. What else? And then we got the Super 8 is another good one of mine. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Obviously, it's based on the SNES box art type thing. So again, I pretty much took an image and then kind of started around like the SNES box art. With the 8, I created that myself in Illustrator. We've based around Street Fighter 4 font, of course. And the Super 8 was a tournament. Basically, we had ranking battles back in the day. So obviously, you know, weekly tournaments and whatever for Street Fighter. And then the Super 8 was the top 8. They went into like, I think it might have been a double elimination tournament. And did you win that, Alex, actually? Did you win that, Alex? I feel like Alex might have won that one. I can't quite remember. But again, this video is up on YouTube as well. So yeah, check that out. Yeah, I had a feeling you won that still, you know, Alex. But so I enjoyed doing that one. I think I'm gonna chip out in a bit then still, because I don't want to cut into Coop's thing and that. What else? Is there anything more? There's probably more up-to-date ones that I've got and done. But yeah, that's pretty much just just to wrap it up. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up now. Just to wrap it up. Obviously, I've been doing this thing for a long while. Quite a lot. This is another one that I like actually. The we ain't, because again, as Electronic Dojo, we've ran tournaments at other outside events as well, like external events. So this was a tournament that we ran at the London Anime Convention, and again, I'm not sure why Persona was there at the time. Maybe it was one of the games, but yeah. So I had fun with this one because again, I kind of literally just aped the Persona 4 style, which is really sick. And I had the idea of the Persona 4 characters chasing Dan, because obviously Street Fighter and Persona. So obviously I went out, found all the specific sprites that I needed, popped them together. Let's open that one up. As you can see, all like the sprites are separate. So I literally just found all the sprites that I wanted that looked like they were running and stuff. Found an image of Dan that was running, and then just put it together. So I had fun with this one. I had fun with this one, and it looks really well. And as I say, pretty much aped the Persona 4 style. Like I literally saw this one, was like, yeah, this looks sick, and then pretty much just aped the style for the poster. So yeah, that's about it, really. I think I might close off the stream, to be fair. Thank you for joining me. I've been on for a bit now. I don't know if I can raid Coop from StreamYard. I have no idea. Probably not. Unless I'm gonna try something. I don't know. But I say for now, I'm gonna get off now. Thanks for tuning in. I've been butted again. The camera's gone again. I don't know what's killed the camera. I've been butted again. Nah, this is sloppy work, man. This is sloppy work. But anyway, camera. Stop the cam for now. For now, I'm gonna head out for now, man. Appreciate you guys, man. Whoever tuned in, shout outs to you, man. Go over to you know what, that's bad. So let me find. Go over to twitch.tv/Tron Gang. I'm about to tune in now. Are you sure? How do I do it then, Jesse? How do I do it in StreamYard? I don't know. There's no options in StreamYard for raids and stuff. I think I'm gonna I don't know. All right, let me I'm gonna try. But anyway, shout outs to you, man. Actually, I'm doing next things on that on the stream and that. Let me stop. I can't see. I'm not even here. You know, this has been a bit of a blow up, but thanks for tuning in anyway. Hold on. Let me try this. I'm gonna try this. Actually, saying dish raid. And then the name of the channel, Tron Gang. Let's have a look. But as I say, thanks for tuning in. All right, let's try this. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate it. There'll be more jewels next week. Well, hopefully we'll have a guest next week. And it won't be me rambling about design. I'm gonna try this. I don't know if it's even worked, but yeah. Peace out for now, guys. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. As I say, shout outs for tuning in. Check us out, Electronic Dojo on everything except Instagram, which is Electronic Dojo .co.uk. No, it's Electronic Dojo UK on Instagram. And hold on. Before I go, I've just got to shout out my thing. Where we are. LittleMiloBooks.com is a series of children's books. You know, I got to shout out the thing. Got like children's books. Got coloring books on the way coming soon. And that's about it. But for now, whoever stayed in to the end, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Hopefully we'll be back next week with a guest. I'm a chill. This will be uploaded on YouTube. Shut up, Marvin, man. Don't hate, man. But I'm off for now, man. Appreciate it, guys. Thanks a lot, man. See you later, man.